Afternoon, folks. How is everyone? As always, hope you're doing well. People, big three, right? Happy, healthy, safe. It's 5th. It's Labor Day today in America. But it means that we're coming up on Oktoberfest. So let's drink some Germans before the most wunderbar time of the year gets here. I do not have a Tyrol hat. I should probably get one for the amount of beer I drink. But what I do have, HofBrau Dunkel. Eyes are always nice. I always have those somewhere. HofBrau Dunkel, made in Munchen, which, as we know, German from Munich. Good thing we don't do that in America, or somebody would have called it Munchen Mo-Nuts or something, like Dunkin' Donuts. Looking at 11.2 fluid ounces, or 330 milliliters, and you ask me why I don't like the metric system. Almost 0.8 ounces of my beer, man. Imported by HofBrau of America. Okay, yeah, guys, this is like way small. We are going to cheat and go to the web page as they were nice enough to give us one. It says beer, it's got a date on it, and 5.5 being the ABV, and then you can probably read that now since I brought it up for you, but I can't read this off the back of the bottle, man. We are talking small. HofBrau Dunkel, Bavarian beer in the Munich style. Bavarian tradition, the archetype of Munich beers. You can taste its history. This is HofBrau Dunkel. Long before wheat beers and lagers wetted the throats of Germans, the bottom-fermented dark beer was quenching the thirst of Munich residents. The first beer, which was served in the Braune Hofbräuhaus, Braune? B-R-A-U-N-E, someone who speaks German could figure that out, because I can't. Still satisfies to this day with its roasted, hoppy taste and subtle, malty finish. Okay, availability is year-round. The brewing method is bottom-fermented. The ABV, as we said, was 5.5. There's something for the wort here that says CA 12,5 weight percentage. I have no idea what that means. I should probably look that up at some point. Hop varieties are Hercules and Pearl. The ideal drinking temperature is 7 to 8 degrees Celsius. I'm an American, man. It's a dark beer. I'm guessing it probably wants to be drunk around 60 degrees. The brewing method is the decoction method. Okay. I thought that's what they were doing to teenage kids at these friggin' hospitals now. Munich malt, light barley malt, caramel malt are your malts. Your IBUs will be 23. The color is dark brown, you racist German bastards. The taste is malt floral bouquet with notes of caramel. Roasted, malty, hoppy with a subtle malty sweet finish. Pairs well with roast, smoked meat, and sausage dishes. Okay. It is a wheat beer, so it does say, you have wheat allergies, it ain't for you. Okay. She's been sitting on a table for a little while. She is warmed up. I wouldn't say she is anywhere near 60 degrees, though. But let's pop her open and see what we got. I'm going to take my time with the lid so we don't bend it. Maybe I can add it to the wall of beer magnets, but no such luck. I fucked it up. Oh well. It's not like it's hard to come by. The official beer and gear glass. This is actually perfect for a wheat. That is an absolutely horrible pour. I would expect to be fired for trying to serve someone a beer like this, but pulled it off and made it look slick. Damn, we could. There you go. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Pretty beer. Pretty beer. That light is too bright for my end. On my end, she is a rich, dark, rubyish almost brown. Pretty nut brown, I guess you could call it. And the head graduates nicely. Tight on the bottom, loose at the top, nice and creamy. Tell me she does not look like a good beer. I don't think I've done this one before. We will at some point run across beers I have done before 2, 3, 4 years ago, because you only grab what's on the shelves, man. What time it is? Biden times, because that's sniffer up in there. Nice. Not as rich as I was expecting. I'm not getting a lot of burnt notes, which is a plus. Malty though. Sweet. That's the malty bready thing. It's not crackery though. It's definitely more bready than crackery. It does have a certain amount of sweetness to it. Good, because that is a sweet head right there. Let's get down to business, see what we got going on here. Oh, she's warm. She's up in the 50s. Comes in full mouth, intra, extra, sublingual, full tongue, full palate. We haven't had a beer in a while that actually fills the mouth up. Thinner than you would expect for a beer of this color. Tasty. Not as sweet as I thought the nose was going to tell us it is. And it looks like she's going to lace really, really well. So, gotta do what you gotta do. Malty, but not to the point of destroying the beer. So the thin body and the malt burns by pretty quick. And then you're left with, I guess, what they're calling that caramel sweetness. It's a medium beer. Top of my mouth is now dried out. I can still taste it in the back of my throat, though. So, dry and dirty, such an odd combination. Tasty, though. It's a good beer. Told you she was going to lace real pretty. I'm just going to give it a minute to warm up a little more. The profile hasn't really shifted. She's in the sweet zone. She's in the 50s area. Profile hasn't really shifted. It's still good though. I had to laugh because when I walk the dogs, I'll put a podcast on, and I've been listening to Styx's live podcast. It comes on later after it goes off. But hit and miss, but I listen to a lot of different podcasts because the more information you have, the better options you are to figure out what the hell's going on. But I literally, and it just struck me as hysterical. Germans make the worst beers, and I'm like, huh? Apparently he tried one or two and he didn't like them. So Germans make the worst beers, and I'm like, no, you would be wrong, sir. The Germans make some outstandingly fine beers. This ain't a bad example. Again, this is as warm as she's going to get because this beer is about to disappear. That was a nice little shift subtly in the notes, especially in the sweetness, and the malt tapered off a little. And then the sweetness came in all through here, and the buccal zone just went boom. So, good tasty beer. If you are prepping, because you get to go to Oktoberfest and I don't, which makes you a horrible person because I'm not going. Have a good time, by the way, because it does look like fun. Not a horrible warm-up beer. I will, of course, if I get paid this week. Half the time I don't know when I'm getting paid anymore. Take a ride over and see if I can find some selections. I'll look at the list of there's like 57 or 60 different tents set up with all kinds of different beers. So big giant tents, little small tents. But I'll see who is running in the shadows, because last year we did the big guys, if I remember correctly. So we'll see who the also-rans are, and if I can find out, maybe we'll see if we can find theirs, and we'll drink those leading up to. So we have 12 days left, and I don't have 12 Germans. I got probably 4 or 5 more to knock out, and then we shall see. Fingers crossed. If I can find some really nice, interesting Oktoberfest, I'll grab them. This, on the other hand, wow, what a good beer. Germans. What do you expect from a friggin' German? Even the foam is tasty. 475. Let's go for a 475. 475 with the caveat that if you in any way find a malty flavor in your beer to not be to your liking, do not drink this. What's the other one? It's the English beer. Super malty. I used to drink it all the time. It used to drive Angus fucking crazy because he'd be drinking that pint all shit. Can't think. If I remember, I'll grab one. We'll do one for the channel. Yeah, 475. Really, really good, solid, delicious beer. The SRM on this, by the way, as dark as she was, dark, man. I had to turn that light up to give you guys a view. Well, it's not pitch black, so tough one. 47. Let's give her a 47. They make shit up all the time. So can I. Thanks for coming by and putting some eyeballs on here, folks. I appreciate you spending some time with me. Welcome to my narcissistic hobby. But I like to think I give you a little something to consider while we do it. And occasionally I'll try and throw in a story just to stretch shit out so my beer warms up. But I'm not lying to you when I say, you, my people, and I love you. And I want you to be the big three. I want you happy. I want you healthy. I want you safe. I ask you to be honorable, dutiful, and vigilant, because that definitely reaffirms the first 3. And the third 3, welcome to shit show. Welcome to clown world. So, fly low and slow under the radar. Your head on a swivel. Hot and handy is going to be the words of the day very quickly for a lot of places. And if you live in one of those places where hot and handy is going to happen, but you're not allowed to be hot and handy, you should probably get the fuck out of there. Otherwise, the rest of us are just like, no step on snake. So, I will see you tomorrow with another one. We're going to drink, I don't know. Let me see what I pull out of the refrigerator. But till then, my friends, and luckily I have the tiniest of slizzards left in my glass to toast you with. Prost.